Rachel?
The organizer of this event said that about a dozen people or so showed up for this with the goal of supporting those businesses, the bars and restaurants down here on Broadway. So let's take a live look at Broadway right now. This is what we're seeing. And the group said they were planning on going from business to business. They started at the stage on Broadway and were planning on making their way around. But now they say they've decided to stay put because the restrictions made it difficult to jump from bar to bar. They say they aren't planning on breaking any mask or capacity limit rules, and the goal is to not get arrested. The bar owner that we spoke to says he appreciates the business as they feel like they are doing whatever they can to stay afloat when they're only allowed to have so many people in the bar at a time.
You know, we're not getting breaks from our landlord. We're not getting breaks from our bills. We're not getting breaks from anyone.
We're not down here to cause trouble. We're not down here to get arrested, although so many people did text me and said they were bringing bail money. I said, I don't think that's necessary.
Abby said she feels like Broadway should open back up, and Joshua agrees. He told me that it's been a real struggle to make money right now. Now, the mayor said yesterday that bars and restaurants can open up to 50% capacity starting October 1st, or 50 people per floor, or 50 people outdoors, whatever is less. But people like Joshua say that just isn't enough. Reporting live on Broadway, Rachel Teedy, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Rachel, thank you. In the course of Fox 17 News coverage this week, we inaccurately suggested there was a cover-up by the Nashville mayor's office in the release of COVID-19 data. Fox 17 News wants to clarify we don't have evidence of a cover-up and apologize for the error. Fox 17 News continues to investigate the level of transparency by Metro government toward the restaurant industry during the pandemic. Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier will share his latest on this investigation Monday night on Fox 17 News at 9.
Well, Scott, the ref disqualified the freshman from Valor College Prep in Nashville during a matchup against Brentwood Academy. Well, tonight, the AMAC says she had already played a game this season while wearing a hijab, and that was not an issue. So tonight, they are demanding answers. Of course, we reached out to TSSAA for clarification as to why 14-year-old Naja Akil was disqualified from Tuesday's volleyball match. They responded in part by stating, quote, TSSAA has always granted exceptions to any student that wishes to participate with headwear or other articles of clothing due to religious reasons. The rulebook states that an exception may be granted if requested by the administration of the school to the state association. The request in this situation was submitted to our office on Wednesday, September 16th, and was approved immediately. But Akil's mother says that is not the case.
We would love an apology for the way they made her feel and look during this game. I mean, during this game, she sat on the bench by herself crying.
Now, that mom, Aaliyah Akil, says she is going to continue pushing for changes to this uniform policy so that her daughter and other players don't have to suffer such violations. Reporting from my house tonight, Erica Glover, Fox 17 News.
Pushing Missouri authorities for more answers. She's now live in Nashville with an update. What have you learned?
Well, Scott, D'Angelo Dorsey is from the St. Louis, Missouri area, but he sure left behind a lot of pain and suffering here in the mid-state. So why and how did he even make it to the volunteer state? I've been asking the same questions for 3 days. What is D'Angelo Dorsey's criminal background, and was he in violation of any conditions when he left his home state of Missouri and entered Tennessee this weekend? How he was able to cross state lines and if he was even allowed to in the first place. On Tuesday, the Missouri Department of Corrections confirmed that Dorsey had been on parole supervision, which means you can't leave the state without special permission. So I asked if Dorsey had this and when was the last time his parole supervisor checked on him. We were told his case files were closed. Today, we asked the same questions again. And again, they told me the information in his case file is confidential, as are all parole and probation records. So we submitted a sunshine law request for these documents and are waiting on results. But today we did get the results of Dorsey's official Missouri criminal record. It lined up with the first-degree robbery and unlawful possession of a firearm charges on the Missouri court's website. I also called and emailed the St. Louis County prosecuting attorney to see if he could provide any more information. But we got no response. Meanwhile, the mid-state is still recovering from Dorsey's criminal rampage, which left 2 dead, 3 shot and injured, and many others traumatized before Dorsey took his own life. A vigil was held last night for 23-year-old Jordan Stevens. Investigators say Dorsey shot and killed him in front of his pregnant wife. We heard from her for the first time last night.
Jordan did what he needed to do to protect me, and I'm forever grateful for, what he did, and I really did love him.
Now, despite Dorsey's criminal background in Missouri, we do know that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says he had no outstanding warrants here in Tennessee.